Hello and welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I'm your host, Ed Troxel, and I help you turn your ideas into income and help you through the tech challenges. Here on the show, we go live Monday through Friday on the Facebook page. Don't worry though, if you're not on Facebook, I am streaming on Instagram Live today, and I will have it over on my website later, which is edtalktv.com. So, keep that in mind, and also, if this is your first time joining, be sure to comment. You can like, love, share this out, of course, but make sure to comment because that's the most important part here on the show, especially if you're watching the replay. Replay viewers, I see you, and I want to talk to you, so make sure that you catch the replay and that you comment as if you were live, because that's the big thing. I'll be glancing down, sorry guys, it's like Monday, we're getting back into the groove. We were off last week for vacation, so I'll be glancing down at the comments here. Facebook viewers, today we're also streaming live on Instagram, and we'll talk more about that here shortly. If this is your first time joining, let me just real quickly tell you about the show. It's a business talk show. We talk about business, tech, and the user experience. And we go live Monday through Friday, like I said, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I love being able to bring guests on the show. Yes, you can become a guest expert, and we're actually going to have a few this week. All the details are at checkwithed.com. Listen, I got so many things that I have going on, so I made it super easy for you guys to do this. Not now, but later. You can go to checkwithed.com later, and you'll see everything. If you're not on the newsletter, you got to jump on that. It's free, and I send you it once a week. You get a couple things. You get a weekly recap email, which goes out on Fridays. That gives you a recap of all the episodes, so that way it's kind of like a TV guide delivered in your inbox. You also get tips and tricks, as well as discount codes. Yeah, sometimes there's some discounts in there. And then you also get part of my, because you signed up on the newsletter, you actually get into my welcome newsletter, welcome series, I should say. And that's kind of some free training that I give you around business and tips and tools and things like that. So totally worth it. Get on that. That's your first thing that you want to do at checkwithed.com later, not right this minute. And then later, hey Chrissy, hey Rhonda, hey Paula, Jennifer, all over on Facebook, welcome. Letitia, welcome on Instagram. So just to give you guys a quick starting point, checkwithed.com, join the newsletter, and then from there you can see all the other things like the Hey Ed community, which is awesome. A lot of you guys are already in there and getting the work done. If you don't know what Hey Ed is, real quick, Hey Ed is the business and tech community that I have built for you that helps you get your business and tech questions answered all month long. That's right. Not just an hour phone call like most consulting is. It's a whole month. So think about it. On average, tech support 1 hour is $75. On average, 1 hour business consultation is running you about $90. This is all month long, unlimited questions and resources and tips and tricks for a low, low price. So go check that out after this and see that. Hey, welcome Beverly over on Facebook. So happy to see you. It's been a while. Welcome back, everyone. Yes, thank you for welcoming me back as well. For those who don't know, I was on vacation last week, so we didn't have the show. Hey, Tammy. So excited to see you guys here. And before we jump into random news, let me just let everyone know why we are streaming on Instagram and Facebook. What? Yeah, so today, I decided I wanted to, hey Leslie, man, we got the whole crew showing up on a Monday. You guys must have missed me. Did you guys miss me? You guys missed me, huh? I know you did. It was a week. It was a week without me. It was pretty brutal. Unless you were, of course, in the Hey Ed community, you still got to see me because I was still watching you guys. I was still hanging out with you. So welcome to everyone popping in. So before we jump into the random news, real quick, want to let you know why I'm streaming on Instagram. So I'm streaming on Instagram so that way I can have two things going on at once, which, like, we need to have two, right? But the more important part is, we talked about this before I left on vacation. Instagram TV, also known as IGTV, right? Well, of course I can always repurpose. See, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Because I'm just gonna be throwing the fire out right now. Like, you gotta get ready. Let me look at these comments and I'll let you get ready because this is gonna be big. Leslie says, we really missed you. I know, I missed you guys too. It was different. Welcome everyone jumping in. Yes, awesome. Okay, yeah, you guys were watching. I know. Bring on the fire. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. You guys ready? So the reason I am streaming on Facebook and Instagram. Well, Facebook's normal. So the reason I'm streaming on Instagram at the same time is because of IGTV. Now you're probably thinking, wait, what is IGTV? Well, we covered that before, so we won't go too far into that. But Instagram came out with what they call IGTV. So most accounts are limited to 10 minutes, up to 10 minutes. So I can't really repurpose this whole stream later. Okay, so there's point number one. I can't really stream a whole hour later, repurpose a whole hour worth of content yet on IGTV. So then the next thing you're probably thinking is, okay, well then you can repurpose a little bit of this. This is true. And I was thinking, okay, if I just stream on Facebook, then of course I can repurpose that video like I do with all my other episodes. But what if, see, there goes the brain again, right? Always thinking, what if? How can we make this better? How can we use, the tools and resources to make our lives easier so we can work smarter, not harder, right? So I thought, let me go ahead and stream this on Instagram today. Maybe we'll do it every day. Maybe we'll just do it today. We'll see. But we'll stream it on Instagram. We will then save it. Because remember, Instagram Live is in vertical. It's the portrait mode, right? It's not landscape. So I already have it in that form that IGTV wants. Then I'm going to save this broadcast through Instagram Live to my phone. It's already in the format that I want for IGTV. All I have to do is edit the clip. All I have to do is pop it into a video editing program. I can use the built-in Photos one on my iPhone. I can use iMovie. I can use whatever. And then I can go ahead and then upload that to IGTV. 10 minutes worth. Boom. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think that's pretty smart? Did we have some little light bulbs go off there? You tell me in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments. I think I need a pencil for this info today. Yes, definitely need a pencil. Big time. So that is the purpose of going through and trying to stream on both and being able to think a little bit more about how I can repurpose. Yeah, you guys are like, boom, thumbs up, fire, yes, nice, exactly. I need pictures. Yes, I know, Tammy. It's definitely one of those things that you got like visuals. And if I had another device, you guys, I would take a picture of my setup because here's the thing. I got Instagram Live on the phone. I got you guys on Facebook over here with the webcam, with the computer, with everything right here. And then I got the laptop screen down below. So, we're not messing around over here. We have a lot of things going on. By the way, there is a workshop, a training that I did on how to go from basic live training for Facebook and to having a fancy setup like I have. So that's all on the website, checkwithed.com. You can check that out later under workshops. So, here we go. Random news before we even get into today's content. See, we didn't even get into today's content yet, and you guys are already like, what? So, random news. Remember, for those who have been hanging out with us, remember we talked about a couple weeks ago about Roseanne. Yeah, that big tweet that just killed everything. Her whole Roseanne show gone, and we talked about how it affected all of the people. Closer up, zoomed in. You need bigger on IGTV. Let's see. Let me go. Boom. Let me do this. Sorry, guys. I'm on Instagram, zooming in a little bit. Boom. So, when it comes to Roseanne, we were talking about how one tweet just totally not only ruined her, but ruined the show for all of the cast members. And at the time, we didn't really know what was going to happen with them. Well, last week I found out while on vacation, I was searching news. I can't turn this off. So I was searching the news, and it showed that there was 200 people involved between cast and production. That's a lot. Remember, she's one person, and yes, she's the main star of the show, but it affected everyone involved, not just on set, but everyone in production and all the things behind the scenes. So those 200 people were basically out of a job that day. Well, ABC is going to be having a spin-off show called The Conners, where they're going to take those people and be able to work in a new show based off of that. So that way they're not all SOL. So I think that's the right term, right? Don't we use that? So that's some good news in terms of, being able to not have everyone suffer for that. So we'll see how that goes. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And then the other random news we wanted to talk about was going to be tied to Facebook, and then it will lead us into our conversation today, is Facebook is testing on some accounts. I don't have it, but Facebook, if you're streaming on Facebook, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Instagram, sorry, can't share my screen with you guys yet, but we'll see what happens in the future. So on Facebook, boom. Facebook now is going to have, they're testing a do not disturb feature on your notifications. So how many, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you guys are like, oh, I really want that. I want that. Can I have, it's just a button that says on, off, and it's for do not disturb. So basically what that means is that it will turn off, if you turn it on, it will turn off your notifications from showing up. You guys, you already have this. It's just not on Facebook by itself. So if you have a phone, and this is for mobile, by the way, I should say, it's for mobile. If you have a phone, you already have this. I'm actually using it right now on my iPhone while I'm streaming on Instagram because I didn't want anybody to interrupt. Yes, I could put it in airplane mode, but it's not the same as do not disturb. So you do have a do not disturb feature, and Androids, I'm pretty sure you guys have this too. You do have a do not disturb feature built into your phone. It's just this would be specific to your Facebook notifications. So there's that. They're working on that. So think about that. Beverly says she's got it. Nice, Beverly. Yeah. It will be interesting to see what people like about that. It's those little things that we are hoping for and we want, right? Versus, let's get a new sticker or something. It's like, cool, but we don't really need another sticker in our lives. We need functional stuff. We don't need fancy stuff. So there's that. So today, we're going to talk about Facebook business pages. So how many of you guys, even if you're watching me on the replay and Instagram, how many of you guys have a business Facebook page? Let me know. Raise your hands. Give me a little emoji. Type in a 1. I don't care. Whatever you guys want. Just let me know, even if you're on the replay. So if you have a business Facebook page, you are going to want to make sure that you think about your post. And when I say that, let me back up for a second and ask you guys, how many of you guys are struggling with your business page? Let me know. Yes, I have a few. Chrissy says, Leslie, I do. Rhonda, I do. Perfect. Okay. And how many of you guys are struggling? Whitney, what's happening? How many of you guys are struggling with your business page in terms of posts? Hey, Brittany. So over, Beverly's got 4. Woo! Beverly, you are on fire with all those pages. Let's see. Jennifer says, my do not disturb feature on my iPhone still lets some people's texts come through. Oh, Jennifer, let's talk about that in the Hey Ed community. Boom. I already got you on that one. So when it comes to your Facebook business page, what you want to do is you want to make sure that, one, you stay up on what's going on because it changes so much, right? How many of us are overwhelmed with the Facebook algorithm and how things change all the time? Leslie says, I don't know what to post there because I have a group too. Ooh, Leslie, that's a good one. That's a good one. Could do better, and you guys are struggling with reach. Yes. Okay, perfect. So we're going to talk about this, and you guys have to test this, by the way. Let me just start out with the whole point of your Facebook business page. For one, if you have a business, you need your Facebook business page. Not your personal profile, but your Facebook business page. So that's step number 1. Once you have that, then you kind of have to have a game plan. And what I like to do is I like to think of my Facebook business page as my storefront window. Now, most of the time, you will only see me post my Facebook live show, which is this, Ed Talk TV. But I've also been experimenting with other types of posts, such as quotes and other videos and GIF images or GIFs, however you want to say it. So you kind of have to play around. It's a lot of testing and it's a lot of monitoring, right? Because you can't just post and just say, oh, well. You have to post and then you have to watch the reach on those posts throughout the day and the few days after. And then you also have to see what got people's attention. Now, if you're streaming on Facebook, you'll be able to see this because I'm going to share my screen in a second. If you're on Instagram, I'll just explain it to you guys. But it's one of those things, and I will tell you right now, I don't have like the 100%, this is the win for everyone, because nobody does. We're all figuring it out, and Facebook's always going to be changing things up. So I'm just going to share with you what I've done with my page and how you can start thinking about your page, because a lot of it is mindset and really thinking about what you're posting and why you're posting it and how to get that engagement. And sometimes you might have the best post and it's not going to have any reach or very little reach, and you're going to be super bummed. Don't give up. Don't give up, because each day is different, and the algorithm is always going to be changing. So keep in mind that you have to stick with it. You have to be consistent, and being able to test those different post types out. When I say different post types, I'm talking about just text, which we know is not really good, but hey, you can try it. I prefer the little bit of text with the backgrounds, those fancy backgrounds you can get. That stands out more, and that makes it easier, which I'm going to show you on Facebook here in just a second. And then from there, also asking questions that are going to be related to what your audience wants. Also jumping in with those GIF images. I call them GIFs, you might call them GIFs, whatever. And then, just being able to think of things that are just going to benefit, provide value to your audience. So let me go ahead and check the comments real quick. Tammy says, everyone hits me up on the personal page. How do I get them to the business page? Oh, that's a great question, Tammy. Everyone, how many of you guys struggle with that? Because I know I'm in the same boat sometimes, where you have your personal profile, which is where we have all of our friends and we get to hang out and everyone's hitting us up over there, but we're trying to get them over there to our business page. How many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you struggle with that? Let me know. Lindsay says, the future is unwritten. Don't give up. Bam! Hashtag EdTalkTV right there from Lindsay. Way to come in with the heat right there. I love that. So when it comes to trying to get people from your personal profile to your business page, it's a little tricky. You have to keep doing a redirection. I call it redirecting the conversation, right? So let me give you a quick example in terms of how I run my business. I run most of it through email, meaning I don't let you text me. I don't let you hit me up on Facebook Messenger by itself. That might be the starting point, but I don't sit there and have the full-on in-depth conversations that I would have with you in email or via a conference call, right? So if we start with Facebook Messenger, I redirect the conversation saying, excellent, would you like, if you would like, can you please email that to me? Because it will get lost in Messenger, and that's not where I'm trying to run my business. I need to have something that's easy to search and just as user-friendly. So I push everything to email. So basically what you want to do, in the sense that somebody hits you up on your personal page, is personal profile. You want to redirect them to your business page. So you can put little things in the comments like, awesome, I'm glad you enjoyed that. How about you check out my business page, or have you followed my business page? Notice I say follow, not like. Anybody know why that is? Why do I say follow and not like? I'm just looking at the other comments here on Facebook. Oh, Tammy said, how do you get people to engage with each other on your business page? That's a good one too, Tammy. I like that. I like that. And the example I'm going to show here on Facebook will help in just a minute. So when it comes to that redirection, just put those little hints in other places, meaning in the comments, in your personal profile, anything like that. Have that redirection back to your page. Now, it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of work, and you have to constantly be redirecting. It will get easier, but you have to do it at first a lot more, and it's going to be tedious. The other thing is, notice I said follow. Yes, Leslie says follow gives you a notification, right? Yes. I don't care about how many likes I have, you guys, and you'll notice on my page I have more followers than likes, which is great. That's fine. Followers, when you follow a page, that's when you get those notifications. Now, there's also another trick you have to do. So it's kind of confusing, especially if you're new to Facebook or you're just trying to figure it all out. You have to like a page and or follow a page. So I always say follow, but they can like it too. and then they have to turn their notifications to see first. Now, there's only, I forget how many number of see first you can have. I want to say it's 30, but that's probably too much. So they might have trouble with that, but what you want to start instructing your people to do, when I say your people, meaning your audience, is you want them to, like is fine, but I always say follow your page and turn on your notifications. That way, it's a better chance they're going to see your content. Notice I said better chance, because it doesn't guarantee that they're going to see your content. The Facebook algorithm will help push that to them, but they also have to start engaging with it in order to see more of it. That's also why I tell a lot of you guys who watch the show here on Facebook, Instagram, you can start doing this if you have a Facebook profile. So I tell a lot of you guys not to only like, follow, and see first my page, but if you know that you're going to want to watch the show, put it in your calendar, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, boom, Ed Talk TV. Join the email list, so then that way you don't miss out on anything because I send you the recap, right? So you want to make sure that you pay attention to those cues and that you act on them right away so you don't forget. And then take what I teach you and share that with your audience. Start implementing just little things, one at a time. You don't have to do all of them at once, one at a time. So if you're not used to going live on your page or even posting on your page, you start there. And then once you start doing that consistently, then you can start engaging people and having them go with the like, follow, and see first. Start instructing them. Do a little fun video if you want, pre-recorded. It doesn't have to be live. Like any of those things, just to get them to go, because people want to see things. Make it interactive. And I'm just catching up in the comments. Perfect. Okay, cool. So that's what you want to make sure that you're doing, right? And as you can see, show up, deliver, and engage. Instagram, it's a little backwards, but it's all good. So that's what you'll want to be doing. Now, you have your business page, and you're thinking of it as a storefront window, right? You're only putting your best stuff out. You're not circulating all of these posts every 5 seconds. Some days may be hot. You may have a ton of things. Depending on your business, you may have something that needs to be updated or changed or added to your audience. They want to know every 30 minutes or something, right? Like if you're a news organization, you're going to have a lot of posts because people want to know what the latest news is, especially with, in California right now, we have a lot of fires going on. People are going to be checking CAL FIRE. They're going to be checking their local news page for those updates. So those are going to be pretty regular. But if you're running, a mom and pop shop, you might only have like a couple posts a day for those sales. Maybe you post it in the morning and then you have an afternoon special, something like that. So it's going to change and it's going to be different for everyone. But you want to think of it as your storefront window so that you only feature your best posts there, the most relevant ones, right? And then from there, that's when you can start testing things and seeing what works. Let me just catch up on the comments on Facebook. My page is growing so fast since I have implemented what you have taught me. Oh, good, Chrissy. See, Chrissy's doing the work. She's showing up, delivering, and engaging, and her page is blowing up. I love it. Brianne, I'd love to learn how to add the fun website and live with Ed Troxel at the bottom of your videos. Yeah, live with Ed Troxel. Yeah. So, anybody who's curious, if you're on the Facebook feed right now, there is a training that I've done. It's a workshop that I've done to show you how to do all of this, and it includes all the steps from basic live to actually having like your own TV show and doing the fun banners and everything. So definitely check that out, checkwithed.com, and then you can just click on workshops and you'll see it there. Thank you for that. So your business page, you have it as your storefront window, and you want to think of those posts as being like your best things, right? The best items that you want to put up in front of the window for those who are walking by who happen to see what's in the window. Now, on Facebook, I'm going to share my screen. Instagram, I'll just describe it to you, so hang tight. On Facebook today, earlier, about 6 hours ago, I posted this, and I'm going to read it out loud for everyone because I know I have a lot of audio-only people too. I put, FYI, for anyone using a service like Buffer for scheduling posts here on Facebook, July 26th is an important day. See comments with the emoji pointing down. That's all I put, and it's on one of those backgrounds, purple backgrounds. You guys, I was so surprised with how much reach this got. It's at 401 as of right now. 401. And that's basic text using one of the backgrounds. And watch this. As I scroll, Instagram, I'll just share it with you. I put in the comments right after I posted that the link to the article that describes more of what's going on with the Facebook changes on July 26th. And then from there, I have probably a good couple handfuls of comments. And then notice that there's a lot of GIF images going on. That's guiding the conversation. It's keeping it going. We've engaged with this. People want to know. So there is this curiosity marketing, we're going to call it, up at the top, because I didn't really tell you the full details on the changes on the 26th, right? I just said there's going to be changes on the 26th. So in order to see those changes, you got to go to the comments. Now we kind of get annoyed with that, right? In terms of Facebook doesn't like us using links in our posts. Let me back up because that's a lot to take in. Facebook prefers to not have links in your main post, which is why you're seeing a lot of people put them in the comments. Because what happens is Facebook wants to keep you on their website. That's their goal, is to keep you on their website. And if you put a link in your post, that means that somebody could actually leave the website to go somewhere else. And Facebook doesn't want that. So it almost penalizes you. It brings your reach down because it knows you have a link in there. So a lot of the times you're seeing, more so now than ever, people are putting the links in the comments. So then that way it's not in the main post. Therefore, it helps the main post get that reach. Now, again, you have to test this stuff. This post, I think, is just super lucky today. That's my thing. I could probably post the same exact one tomorrow and the reach wouldn't be as good. But I wanted to break this down for you guys because it's an interesting, it like was a light bulb moment. Not just to put the link in the comments, but afterwards I thought about it and I thought, okay, how can we look at this to make it easier for us to shift our mindset a little bit here? So what I want you guys to start thinking about when you're on Facebook and you're posting on your business page, I want you to start thinking of the post as your main headline. Let's think of your business page as a newspaper. Just for this example, your business page is a newspaper. Each post, main post, is your headline. What's that headline? Like, what's going to grab people's attention that's really going to say, oh, I need to find out more about this. Then the first comment below will be your story. It will be the story. So for example, those who are on Facebook watching, all you have to do right now is look at my screen and here's the headline. So, the headline it's a long headline, but it's still there. Talking about, FYI, for anyone using a service like Buffer for scheduling posts, here on Facebook, July 26th is an important day. See comments. Boom, that's the headline. Then, I didn't take it the next step yet. I'm going to next time, but I thought about it after the fact, so that's why I didn't change anything. All I did right now was put a link to that article. But what you can do to make this even better, because remember, we're always trying to think, how can we make this better? You would then put in the first comment a little story, meaning your why statement, just a couple sentences maybe of why somebody should click the link. Because chances are you're going to be promoting something of yours, right? So don't just drop a link. I tell you guys about this in the comments for Facebook groups all the time when you try to promote your business page, which we'll talk about in a second. I think we still have time. Yeah. What I want you to think about here is don't just drop a link. We're not doing that anymore, right? You want to give a little more of a reason to click that link. So have the main post as your headline, then have the first comment as your story with the link. That way it gives people a little bit more to go on to go click that. And then maybe even ask them a question. After you read this, come back and let me know what your thoughts are. Like, Have that engagement going on and really go through and see what can happen. Now, some of you guys are going to be testing this, and you're going to do it one time and you're going to be like, Ed, it didn't work. Ed, nobody showed up. I tried it. I even tried it 2 days. Nothing happened. Well, remember, there is nothing that's going to happen overnight. I mean, it may, but don't plan on that. You have to work on it, especially if you haven't really used your business page in a long time. So test it, play with it, set up a plan, post every day, 1 post a day, or post once a week, like whatever works for you. Figure out that schedule and then run with it. But test this, have your mindset shift a little bit and think of it as your headline and then your story with a link. Try that, see what works. And then ask those questions, those follow-up questions to really get people engaged, okay? So that's how I would structure your posts moving forward, just to kind of get an idea of that. Now, let me go back and just check. No clickbait. Yeah, Chrissy, exactly. We have a Facebook here telling us about it. Yes. So yeah, you don't want to have it like too spammy or anything. Like, you don't want that. You just want to provide value in the post as well as in the comments. That's why I always like to have a story. Now, how do you get people to your business page? What I want you to start doing, how many of you guys, even if you're watching the replay, how many of you guys are in Facebook groups? Let me know. Show of hands, emoji hands, face, I don't care. Post in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. How many of you guys are in Facebook groups? I'm just going to read the comments here. Tammy says, me too. OMG, I wish I would have known that earlier. Yeah, we're all learning. We're all learning. That's why you guys show up, right? This is why Ed Talk TV, conversations worth having, right? So let me know how many of you guys are in Facebook groups. Got a couple here on Instagram. Perfect. Yep, on Facebook. Awesome. Everyone thumbs up. Perfect. Me. Okay, cool. So in most Facebook groups, they have a designated post. It could be just one post. It could be a day. It changes for everyone. But they do have typically a post where you can promote something, whether it's your business page, whether it's your products, whatever. Okay? So we're going to keep it easy, simple, and we're going to stick with just your business page. So when you have the opportunity to promote your business page, promote it, but do not drop just a link. Remember, repeat after me, I will not drop my link. I will add a sentence or two about what people can find on my page, and then I will drop the link. Okay? Tammy says, how do we keep up with all of this? You just tune in to me, Tammy. I got you. But so you want to make sure that you are promoting your Facebook page when you can, but you will not just drop your link. Do not drop your link. Give something up first. So for instance, most of the time when I'm promoting my page, I literally will say, I talk about business tech and the user experience. I help make your tech life easier, whatever. Like I change it up quite a few times. And then I say, please do not like or follow my page unless you review the content first. Then if it fits for you, then you can like, follow, and see first my page. I don't think I really put see first there, but you know what I'm saying. Because I don't want people following my page just to follow it. Like cool dude, there you go. No. I want engagement. I don't care about those numbers. That's why I don't want you, hey Susan, welcome. Yeah, exactly. I don't want the wrong followers. So that's why you might come to my page and be like, well, Ed, you don't have that many followers on your page. I mean, you do, but you don't compared to a lot of others. That's true, but that's not what I'm focused on. I'm focused on the engagement. And chances are those others don't have that quality of engagement. So remember that when you're looking at pages, when you're on Instagram looking at bio profiles, like it's not just about that main number you see up there. It's not about that number. Sure, that's a great number. Yes, we want to have it, but it's not about that number. It's about what you guys are doing right now in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, it's about what you're doing right now in the comments. The magic happens in the comments. Remember that. Lindsay says, no longer dropping. Got it. Yeah, exactly. You're not dropping your links anymore, you guys, because you tuned in today. You're going to tag a friend, share this with them, and you're going to let them know. Do not drop your links. Because here's the thing. I see this all the time, and it drives me crazy. And of course, I don't want to, hurt anybody's feelings, so I can't just go out there and just be like, dude, come on. So I'm telling you guys right now, here's a little thing. When I see these promotion days, I kind of go crazy when I go through, because I scroll through and I look at what people are promoting, and I like to engage with them and see how I can help them and see if they'll want to be a guest here on Ed Talk TV. So I go through, and there's some that are just, here's the link. Has nothing. Like, literally there's the link, and then there's the little preview from Facebook that doesn't even really give much details. How are you going to stand out? You think people are just going to click on your pretty face? No. I mean, maybe, but no. Like, give them something. And then the one that drives me crazy, and if you guys are doing this, that's fine, but now, moving forward, you're going to stop. We'll just say that. Do not say, I'm just looking to get 600 followers, or I'm so close to getting my 500 followers. These are two numbers that I saw this past week. What does that mean? What does that mean? That's the first thing that comes to my head, and I don't put that because you know how people might get on the comments. I'm not trying to get into an argument or anything. I'm just trying to help people out, and so it's one of those things that you do not want to just say, I just need X amount of followers, or I'm trying to reach my goal of X amount of followers. That makes me cringe. And it doesn't make you look good either, to be honest. Like, I'm just going to be straight up with you. It doesn't make you look good because, again, when somebody sees that, what does that mean? 600 followers, cool. But what does that mean? That's just a number. That doesn't explain what you're doing, what they're doing. Is there engagement? Like, it's just a number. So maybe have that in your head, but understand that you want that engagement. You want 600 engaged followers. You don't have to post that, though. What you want to do is you want to provide that value and then drop your link. So if you're the right fit for XYZ, check out my page. And then people respect you more. And that's how you stand out more. People are like, oh, they're not just in it to get those numbers up. They're in it to actually connect and make those relationships and to build them over time, right? Because we're not about the money today. We're about building the relationships over time. Let me just catch up on the comments. You have to figure out and stand out. Yep. I just want 500 followers equals don't care about your peeps. Exactly. Leslie said it. Yep. Leslie said, I don't want 500 followers. I just want 500 followers equals you don't care about your peeps. Exactly. It's so true. And yes, Tammy, yes, that's my love-hate relationship with Instagram. I know, you guys. Tammy said it. You can buy followers, but you can't buy engagement. And that is true. That hashtag EdTalkTV right there. Let me go back to my normal screen there and pop that on there. It's one of those things, big time on Instagram. Facebook has it too, but it's really big on Instagram with the buying followers and having that, that number go up and down all the time. And it kills me. It kills me. So yeah, quality, not quantity. I'm glad you guys are all on the same page. Gosh, you guys are so good. So good. I'm glad you guys tuned in today. So that's what you want to think about is making sure that you are not just dropping, that number and you're not just dropping a link. You're providing value and then adding your link as kind of the afterthought, right? It's not, it's one of those things like, oh, and by the way, if you want, here's what I'm offering. Here's my page. Here's where you can go. That's what you want to start doing. So that's what I want you to start thinking about when it comes to your Facebook business page is just really how can you make it stand out? How can you start engaging more? Facebook now makes it a little easier for you guys. Let me go back on my page here. Facebook is making it a lot easier these days to switch from your page. So for those who are watching my screen on Facebook, you can see that I have a little circle here with a little drop-down arrow next to it. When you click that, it actually lets you see your other pages, including your personal profile. Now, as you go throughout Facebook land and you see other people's posts, you can start seeing if that pops up. If it does, then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's right. You're going to change it from your personal profile to your business page, and then you're going to leave a comment. Oh, why would I do that, Ed? I'm so glad you guys asked. Because now you're engaging as your business page, not your personal profile. Therefore, you're getting your name out there so that if people clicked your profile, they would go to your business page, not your personal profile. See how that works? We still have to show up, deliver, and engage, but now we just have to switch from our personal profile to our business page. Does that make sense? I use images that include the link in the image comment. The image stands out. Is that okay? Yeah, Leah, definitely check it out and test and see. You guys, it's all about testing. It's all about testing. So if you know that you're going to start using your page, which you should, then you want to make sure that you post something and then just check back on it later. See how far the reach has gotten. Let me go ahead and refresh my page and let's see what happens. You want to just test things and see what happens, and don't obsess over it. It's just to help guide you to see what's happening on there. So let's see if that post from earlier has gone up. Maybe or maybe not. Also, another thing that I tested today that some of you might have seen is I scheduled this live broadcast about an hour and a half before we went live, and it actually did really good. We're at 336 people reached. It's awesome. That's awesome. Because a lot of the times, a couple weeks ago, it had like barely any reach. So it's constant, it's this constant game of testing. Let's see if we had, so we're at 419 now for that previous post. But notice how funny is this, you guys? My pinned post, which is my welcome post, has only 127 people that it's reached. I posted that back on June 14th. June 14th! And it's only reached 127 people. So it just goes to show you. And with that, I did include links on that one. Yeah? You notice that? I included links. So I have to go back and change that up because I'm going through and I'm doing some movements for you guys and changing some things up. So it's all about testing and seeing what happens. And that's probably why that post has gotten so low on the reach, is because I had those links in the actual pinned post. So later what I'll try to do is I'll wait a little while and I'll repost it, but I'll have the links in the comments because I cleaned those up and changed those up. So, it's all about just playing with things and seeing what happens. Let me just catch up on the comments here. Having a break from websites. Yep. Larry didn't see you then. Perfect. What about freebies? I usually put a link to my free monthly newsletter. Good tips. Yeah, and you can put a link to your freebies, you guys. The thing is that you want to test it. So a freebie is a great thing to test, right? Because it's ongoing. So let's say today's Monday. Let's say that you test it out by posting a link in the post, the main post, that what we're calling the headline. Test it today. Post it. See what time you posted it at with the link in the main headline there. Then post something different maybe tomorrow in terms of, like just an article or whatever, just so that way your page has a little bit of a variety versus the same post. And then maybe tomorrow evening or the next day, post the same thing, but don't have the link in the headline. Put the link in the comments. Make it a little fun in the headline. If your freebie is, if you're struggling with tech, I have the answer for you. And then you have the little emoji finger pointing down, and then in the comments, there's your freebie. And then you explain. If you would like to have a free top 10 ways to, get rid of your tech struggles, click here to be put on my email list. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I just made that up, so it was a little choppy, but that's how we work. That's how we work. Thank you for those jumping in and following this for later. Yes, definitely. And so that's what I want you guys to think about. Okay, is just really testing things and seeing what happens. And like I said, I'm going to change that post up after we're done here, and then we'll see what kind of reach that gets for that. So it's just testing, just seeing what happens, and really playing around with all of the different things. But the main thing is to just start and make sure that you are utilizing your Facebook business page as much as possible, because it can and will grow. You guys, I've worked with clients where I've worked on their pages, and believe it or not, even in a short amount of time, we were able to significantly grow their page and get that engagement. But it took a lot of work, and it takes those minor tweaks, but they have to be consistent with those minor tweaks, right? And you have to keep trying and keep doing things, because it shows that there's activity, and then it gets you engaged, and then it starts getting other people engaged, right? And then going back real quick to that one comment from earlier regarding not knowing when to post for your page and your group, that does get a little complicated. If those of you guys have a page and a group, think about it as, again, the page is your storefront window where you feature things, your best things maybe, and then you have your group where you get to go into those conversations and really share more details. Think of it that way and see if you can start planning that out. And sometimes you'll have things that cross over. There's things that I share in the Hey Ed community that are only for Hey Ed members, because that's part of what I'm giving them as an extra for their membership, right? Because they're coming for their business and tech support questions, but I'm also providing more value because that's just what I love to do. So I'll give them a heads up first and then other articles. And then sometimes I'll share those here on the page too, just to help people in both places, because not everyone on the page is going to be in Hey Ed, even though you might need to be or should be. So just understand, sometimes there'll be that crossover, and then sometimes you want to make sure that there's just those exclusives for either your page or your group. It just depends on how you have it set up. So think about that. And I'm just looking, can you say this again? Your post on your business page as yourself, Tammy, or as, so Tammy's asking, going through and commenting on posts as your business page. So when you see posts in your feed, in your news feed, so you're just a personal profile, so I'm just Ed, and I'm looking on Facebook in my personal news feed, and I see posts come up from, let's say, Mari Smith. I follow Mari, so I'll just use her. I see posts from her page pop up. I can either comment as my personal profile, where I'm a top fan, woo, and or most of the time switch it, because it gives me the option to, in the lower right-hand corner of the post, switch it to actually my business page profile, where I can then comment as my business page. So take a look when you're going through your newsfeed and see if it pops up in the corner there, and then give it a try. And that's how you can comment as your business page and not just your personal profile. On mobile, it can be tricky. I'll just tell you that right now. Some of you are going to be looking at this and be like, Ed, I can't get it to work. Mobile can be very tricky. Sometimes, and I haven't figured this out yet, sometimes it sticks with you, meaning most of Mari Smith's posts that show up on my news feed in my phone on the mobile will automatically have me comment as my business page. I don't have to switch anything. And in some cases, I can't switch anything. However, sometimes it automatically has me as my personal profile, and then I have to manually switch it to my business. So I haven't really figured out why that does that, but just keep that in mind, that it can be weird. Let me see. Leslie says, okay, keeping the storefront window in mind. Yeah, keep the storefront window in mind and check that out. Cool. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Like I said, after this, checkwithed.com. Go sign up for the newsletter at the very minimum. Join the newsletter because you'll get free training from me, which also includes some really good tips, tools, resources, discount, just saying, and other things. So you'll want to be on that. And then you can also take a look at the Hey Ed community and see about that. But that will also be in the newsletter, so you're good there. And I will see you guys back here, same time, same place tomorrow. And I'm going to leave Facebook with this. Take care. Thanks for joining. Is the Hey Ed community? I'll let them tell you.
I'm drawn to this community, Erica, because listen, I'm going to make sure as a business person, I know you are as well, serious business women, we're going to make sure that we're getting the content knowledge we need from the Hey Ed community. But I also want to laugh. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy my workday. And I know I'll get that balance in the Hey Ed community. I know he'll tolerate our tangents.
And I think that's the perfect way to have a really good engaged community. It's a perfect balance of business and fun.